The story of Nzinga King made local and international headlines after it was alleged that a female Rastafarian was trimmed while she was in the custody of the local police system. However, the Director of Public Prosecution has ruled that no criminal charges will be laid against the police officer that was at the center of an investigation. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV Let's Talk, and we're about to discuss this on the program. If it's the first time you're watching, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you're always updated with our latest report. We'll be right back after this short break with the full details to come.
I'm here with Shirley McIntosh and her daughter Nzinga King. Today's not a good day for us, not a good day for Jamaica, not a good day especially for Nzinga and Shirley and their family. It's been a bad week for them. Nzinga was arrested by the police. Having been arrested by the police, she went to court 2 weeks later, and the judge gave her a sentence, and she was carried to the lockup. While at the lockup, she was abused and her rights were violated by a policewoman in that they cut off her locks. Nzinga, her mother, the whole family is a family of Rastafarians. And this policewoman took it upon herself to cut off Nzinga's locks. Her mother carried sanitary napkins there for her because she knew that she was on her period. They refused to give her the sanitary napkins. They took her phone and they threw the phone and destroyed the phone. They did not give her back her phone. And myriad of other abuses that Nzinga, as a young 19-year-old, suffered at the hands of the police.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us for Links 007 TV Let's Talk. So the news came as a shock that no criminal charges against the cops involved in Nzinga King case, as the DPP made their ruling last week and actually provided substantial evidence to their claim that no criminal charges would be laid against the police officers involved in that case. This came as a surprise to many based on the revelation that was made by Nzinga King that her locks was cut while she was in the custody of the police after she refused to comply with orders given by the police after it is alleged that she refused to wear a mask. So the DPP has ruled, and Paula Llewellyn provided an update in relation to the case as well, which we're about to share with you. But the revelation of this case came as a surprise to many, as many believed that criminal charges would have been laid against the police officers involved in the case. So let me update you with the latest we have in relation to this, plus way more information to come on this as it relates to why the DPP did not charge the police officers involved in the case. So the police corporal implicated in the hair-cutting incident involving Rastafarian Nzinga King is not to face any criminal charges, and this was according to the Director of Public Prosecution. So the decision was handed down just last week by the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, and this is Ms. Paula Llewellyn. So the Independent Commission of Investigation as well also provided a report in this case, and that's Indicom. So Indicom had also reportedly arrived at a similar opinion based on their own personal investigation of the case. Now, many people are wondering whether or not Nzinga King lied about the whole entire situation based on the fact that she wanted to implicate the police officers that arrested her for not following the protocols of the COVID-19 pandemic that was outlined to her at a bus stop in an area. But with that said, we're about now to provide you with a video that made rounds on social media which depicts the time when Nzinga King was actually taken into custody by the police and how she reacted at that current moment. So let's go over to that right now from Links 007 TV.
What you ever lose, what you ever lose, what you ever dead. What
Hello. Hey, shut up, I want to hear someone. I want you. I come from Tata, man.
But you are going to wait. Alright. I mean, I'm not going to put the things that are with me. And that's why I say to us right here in Jamaica. Can the fuck people and the people and the chatting shit. Yes, yeah, 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 I want to go there, so we kill you all and go to the place. Yes, yeah, you. When we ignorant.
So that was the video that made rounds on social media, and a whole lot of people have become skeptical about the whole entire case now based on how this video portrayed the female to be and how she was dealing with the police officers while she was actually in custody. So let me continue with the actual story and about to update you now with what the DPP has ruled and why they made a submission of the case and how it all unfolded that no charges were laid against the police officers involved. So the DPP had been awaiting a forensic examination report for the past 3 weeks in order to complete their ruling. The matter was initially being investigated by the police inspectorate before it was taken over by Indicom. So Nzinga King is a 19-year-old student from Liontown in Clarendon, and she alleged that her dreadlocks were trimmed by a policewoman while in the custody at the Four Parts police station in Clarendon last year. King, who was arrested for disorderly conduct stemming from a June 2021 incident at a taxi park in Maypen, Clarendon in the parish, also alleged that her dreadlocks were cut because the police said that they would pose a suicidal risk to her while in custody. So the allegations sparked outrage from the Rastafarian community, and a number of minor protests were held across the country. So Nzinga King, who was also charged with a breach of the Disaster Risk Management Act, appeared in the Clarendon Parish Court last Thursday to answer to the charges of failure to wear a mask in public. Defense attorney Mr. Buchanan, who is representing Princess Nzinga King, has also said that his office was not informed about a ruling from the DPP and her team as well. So in an interview, defense attorney representing Nzinga King said that his team heard about the ruling through the public and he was not officially informed either by Indicom or by the Director of Public Prosecution. He states, and I quote, "We haven't received a document or seen a document. Indicom hasn't reached out. Nobody, I don't even know what's going on," he said. A trial date for Nzinga King is set for June 15 when she will be answering to these charges that were laid against her by the police. Now, this came as a shock to many based on the ruling, based on the allegations that were made by Nzinga King that the police officer actually trimmed her locks while she was actually in the custody of the local police system. Now, this caused outrage across the country, and many individuals, including social media stars and social media influencers and a lot of bloggers, took to social media in order to support the female based on the revelation that were made in a number of videos posted online about the case. Now the ruling has been made by the Director of Public Prosecution, and we want to give you an update in relation to what Ms. Paula Llewellyn had to say in relation to the case and how they were able to arrive at this agreement or this decision in order to not charge the police officers implicated in this case. So let's go over to what the Director of Public Prosecution had to say, Ms. Paula Llewellyn.
Well, we extensively considered in our ruling some 18 documents on file and also some 26 statements compiled by both the JCF, the IPRO team, who handed over the results of their investigation to Indicom, who carried on with the investigation and in fact re-interviewed some persons. And we found that Miss King's narrative in her statements, she gave about 4 statements, dated August 4th, 2021, July 27th, 2021, August 3rd, 2021, and December 28th, 2021. And the last statement came from the fact that when we reviewed the file, we found that there were no less than 10 major discrepancies and inconsistencies on her statement. And we also found that persons who were in custody with her at the time at the Fort Pass police station, as well as schoolmates of hers, none of their accounts supported her.
Well, there you have it. That was the Director of Public Prosecution, Ms. Paula Llewellyn, and there she provided an update in relation to the case and how the DPP was able to arrive at her ruling, and also in the COM as well. They made a similar submission in relation to the case. Well, all I can say about this matter is still unclear what really transpired, and there are actually some evidence and witnesses that gave real key evidence that Nzinga King allegedly pulled out her own locks. If that is so, then that is very sad to see how this whole entire situation blew up on social media and what it has become. But I can't even begin to imagine what the family of this girl is going through at this point in time, whether or not that is true or whether these information were actually fabricated in order to protect the police officers in the case as well. We're not sure about that. But I believe that there is something missing from the case. Something doesn't seem right. And I hope that justice will be served for this young female, even though there are so much other things to look at in the case, and whether or not this is actually the actual thing that happened on that day, it's still unclear. But you can just drop it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this case. Do you believe that the Director of Public Prosecution made the right ruling within the case? And do you believe Nzinga King fabricated the whole entire story in order to get the police officers implicated in the case? I look forward to hear your responses in the comment section. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Thanks for watching, and if it's the first time you're watching, please remember to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell and click on all so you're always updated with our latest report. Thanks, peace, bless, and much love and much respect goes out to you for always continuing to support Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Have a blessed and productive day once more.